The world was in a dark place, and they needed a hero. Enter Barack Obama. Oh yes, he is back, ladies and gentlemen. But seriously, what took him so long? Welcome to 2020 Tuesdays. I'm your host, Luke Radel, and yes, the news is pretty big this week, as Joe Biden has just picked up two pretty major endorsements, Bernie Sanders and Barack Obama. And the point of both of these endorsements is to provide some Democratic Party unity as they head into this election where Joe Biden is going to be the Democratic nominee against Donald Trump. But the big question is, what took Barack Obama so long to endorse Donald Trump? Barack Obama did not endorse Donald Trump. But the big question has been from the beginning, what took Barack Obama so long to endorse Joe Biden, and is now the right time to do it? Well, let's talk about it. Former President Barack Obama announced in a video message on Tuesday that he would be supporting former Vice President Joe Biden for President of the United States in 2020.
That's why I'm so proud to endorse Joe Biden for President of the United States. Choosing Joe to be my vice president was one of the best decisions I ever made, and he became a close friend. And I believe Joe has all the qualities we need in a president right now.
This announcement came just one day after former presidential candidate and Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders threw his support behind Biden in a live stream with the vice president. So the big question is, why now? Why is everything now seeming to fall into place for Joe Biden in a way that it really didn't for Hillary Clinton back in 2016? And I think the answer has a lot more to do with President Barack Obama. A New York Times report from Glenn Thrush indicates how influential former President Obama became in the later days of the Democratic primary race, especially after former Vice President Joe Biden won the South Carolina Democratic primary in late February. Thrush reports of a call between South Bend, Indiana Mayor Pete Buttigieg and the former president, in which President Obama did not directly indicate that he wanted Mayor Buttigieg to drop out of the race, but did encourage him that an endorsement immediately following the South Carolina primary would be most valuable. Buttigieg dropped out in the days that followed and endorsed Biden. Rush also reports on 4 lengthy calls between Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders and former President Barack Obama, which sources close to Senator Sanders say was influential in his decision to drop out and endorse Joe Biden. But many people are still asking the question, why did it take him so long? If Obama thought that Biden was the best choice to defeat Donald Trump in November, then why did it take him so long to endorse? And Fox News' Jeanine Pirro had her own opinion of the speech, as well as describing it like a pitcher with holes in the bottom.
Well, I think it's disingenuous at best. I think that a lot of what he said doesn't really hold any water.
But according to the New York Times, President Obama was not disingenuous in his support of Biden and thought that the best way to support him would be acting as, quote, a passive peacemaker in the primary. And honestly, I think that was for the better. I think it was important for people to get out their voice and get out their vote and choose the person that they thought was best, not the person that had the most high-profile endorsement. I also think that another reason behind the timing of this endorsement is the coronavirus crisis. And as many people are craving a little bit more presidential leadership,
I was never involved in a model, but at least this kind of a model.
the Biden campaign is hoping to draw contrast with what's coming out of the White House with an endorsement from the former president. So, Barack Obama's endorsement couldn't have come a moment too soon in these turbulent times, but I'm glad he didn't do it when Tom Steyer was still in the race, because that poor guy, I've been so bad to him. He doesn't need Barack Obama endorsing another candidate. Actually, no, that would have been kind of funny.
I got into this race for really, really good reasons.
So now it's clear that Barack Obama is throwing his support behind Joe Biden to unify the Democratic Party. Will it work? Let's find out.